Hello there, passionate Celtic supporters. Welcome back to another deep dive into the latest happenings at Celtic Football Club. As always, the energy from this fan base never ceases to amaze, and it feels like every week brings a new twist or headline that gets everyone talking. This week, the buzz is all about potential transfer moves, and if you thought the January window had been quiet or predictable, think again. Reports have emerged suggesting that Celtic could be making their next signing very soon, and it's a player who certainly catches the eye and could inject some much-needed quality into the squad. There's a cautious optimism around this one, given the mixed outcomes of previous transfer links, but this story has layers that make it worth discussing in detail. The player at the center of attention is Nikiko Saigur, currently plying his trade at Hajduk Split. He's a Canadian international, versatile on the pitch, and reportedly has been under the watchful eye of Celtic scouts for some time. Initial reports suggested that Celtic were on the verge of finalizing the deal, but recent updates indicate that things are far from completed. It seems that while the club's interest is genuine, negotiations have not yet reached an advanced stage. There are no agreements in place, no personal terms finalized, and Celtic are carefully monitoring the situation. The initial excitement about a deal being imminent has had to be tempered with the reality that these processes often take time, especially with changes in the club's coaching staff earlier in the season. The background to this story adds another layer of intrigue. Nikiko Saigur's move appears to have been temporarily affected by the sacking of Wilfred Nancy, Celtic's former manager, which had many fans wondering whether the transfer would stall entirely, while some sources suggested that the transfer was on hold due to managerial changes. Closer inspection reveals that the deal was never truly close to completion. Interest in Saigur remains, and with Martin Neal now settled into the managerial role, there's reason to believe that Celtic could finally progress the signing in the coming days. It's worth noting that Neal is expected to have full oversight on incoming transfers, so any move for Saigur would likely have his approval before going through. Saigur's potential arrival makes sense when you consider Celtic's needs on the pitch. Predominantly a defensive midfielder, he also has the capability to slot in as a right-back, and reports suggest he can even operate on the right side of midfield when needed. This versatility is exactly what Celtic have been searching for, especially as they look to reinforce key positions and prepare for the gradual transition of senior players like Callum McGregor, whose workload in the defensive midfield role has been noticeably demanding. Saigur's experience in first-team football at Hajduk Split since 2022, combined with his international caps for Canada, provides him with a pedigree that could see him adapt quickly to the Scottish Premiership. Statistics show that Saigur has made 16 league appearances this season, contributing 1 goal and 1 assist, mostly from his defensive midfield position. It's a role that has been a weak point for Celtic this season, with the midfield lacking energy and drive at times. His engine and ability to contribute defensively could provide the spark the team has been missing, and his experience in European competitions, albeit in qualifiers, adds an extra layer of readiness for the rigors of Celtic's ambitions both domestically and in European tournaments. While he may not be a towering physical presence, reports suggest he compensates with work rate, positioning, and tactical awareness, attributes that could make him a valuable asset in the central midfield. The potential deal also highlights the importance of strong relationships with player representatives. Saigur is represented by the SA33 agency, which has existing links with Celtic through players like Leia Labada, Matt O'Reilly, Callum McGregor, and Isef Uranovic. These connections can often smooth negotiations and provide access to talent that fits the club's profile. While some transfers come to Celtic through chance or convenience, in Sega's case, it appears there is a deliberate strategy at play, recognizing both the club's immediate needs and the long-term planning required for squad evolution. His signing, if completed, would be the type of calculated addition that addresses gaps while complementing existing personnel. It's worth noting that while Wolves from the English Premier League also showed interest in Sigur, Celtic appear to have the edge in securing his signature. This reflects both the club's scouting acumen and their ability to move decisively in markets where players may not be headline names in the bigger leagues but possess the quality and experience needed for success at Celtic. Transfer valuations suggest a fee in the region of 3 to 6 million euros, which aligns with what Celtic would expect to invest in a player of this profile, particularly one who can contribute immediately and has room for further development. It's a sensible approach, balancing ambition with pragmatism in a market where overpaying for players in more prominent leagues is rarely sustainable. The timing of this potential transfer also connects with Celtic's broader strategy in the squad. The central midfield area, in particular, is approaching a period of transition. Callum McGregor is nearing the twilight of his peak years, and other central midfielders may not have the longevity or quality to carry the team forward. Players like Paulo Bernardo and Luke McKenna are still in development phases, and the club must be forward-thinking in identifying talent that can sustain performance levels over multiple seasons. Segur, with his versatility and international experience, fits into this long-term plan while also offering a solution to immediate tactical needs, particularly in providing defensive cover and energy in the middle of the park. Beyond the immediate statistics and positional analysis, Sigur's profile suggests he could integrate well into Celtic's style of play. He combines defensive awareness with the ability to support transitions, an essential trait for a team that often dominates possession but occasionally struggles with counterattacks. His capacity to adapt across several positions provides Martin Neal with tactical flexibility, allowing for adjustments based on opponents or in-game scenarios. It's a feature that could be particularly valuable in congested fixture periods, ensuring the squad remains competitive on multiple fronts without over-relying on a small number of players. In addition to his on-field attributes, the connection with the agency that represents him cannot be overlooked. The SA33 agency's established ties with Celtic suggest that negotiations, should they progress, are likely to be handled efficiently and professionally, minimizing risks of complications that sometimes derail transfers. This institutional knowledge, combined with Celtic's structured approach to recruitment under Neil, could mean that Segur's arrival is smoother than previous signings, allowing him to focus purely on integrating into the squad and adapting to Scottish football. It's a dynamic that speaks to the club's increasingly strategic approach to transfer windows, blending scouting insights with pragmatic relationships. Finally, the narrative surrounding Sigur is emblematic of the broader trends in Celtic's recruitment. The club has increasingly looked to leagues such as Croatia, Denmark, and Sweden for talent that may not be on the radar of the biggest European clubs, but provides value, readiness, and potential. By tapping into these markets, Celtic can identify players who offer both immediate utility and long-term growth, avoiding the pitfalls of overspending in more high-profile leagues. The reported interest from Wolves underscores that Segur's quality is recognised beyond Scotland, but Celtic's proactive approach appears to have positioned them favourably. If completed, this signing could signal a return to targeted intelligent recruitment, focusing on players who match tactical requirements and club philosophy. Picking up from where we left off, the discussion about Nikiko Segur isn't just about a single signing. It reflects a wider picture of Celtic's strategy this transfer window and the club's approach to rebuilding key areas in the squad. The central midfield has long been a talking point among supporters, particularly as Callum McGregor's role evolves. McGregor has been the heartbeat of Celtic's midfield for years, but his movement and energy are inevitably affected by age and the demands of a modern, high-intensity league. Bringing in a player like Segur offers not only cover but also a chance to gradually balance the midfield, giving McGregor a partner capable of shouldering defensive responsibilities while also linking play forward. Segur's versatility, as mentioned before, is particularly noteworthy. While his natural position is defensive midfield, his ability to slot in as a right back adds an extra layer of flexibility for Martin Neil. Celtic have struggled at times with injuries or dips in form, and having someone capable of covering multiple positions is invaluable. It's not just about plugging gaps, it's about providing tactical options. Neil can rotate the squad, adjust formations mid-game, or manage players' fitness across a congested fixture schedule. For fans, it's reassuring to see a potential signing who brings this adaptability, as it demonstrates that the club is thinking ahead rather than simply reacting to immediate needs. Segur's time at Hajduk Split has also prepared him for the physicality and pace of the Scottish Premiership. Playing in the Croatian top flight, with its mixture of technical skill and robust competition, has given him the experience to handle pressure, make decisive interventions, and maintain consistency over a season. 16 appearances this season alone, with contributions both defensively and offensively, highlight a player who is not only reliable but also capable of influencing games. While one goal and one assist might not leap off the page, it's the underlying work, ball recoveries, tackles, positioning, and transitions that make him a player of interest. Celtic have struggled at times with midfielders who can protect the defence and drive the play forward simultaneously, and Segur's profile suggests he could be the solution to that persistent problem. There's also an international dimension to his appeal. 15 caps for the Canadian national team with 2 goals show a player who has been trusted at a high level and who understands the demands of international competition. For Celtic, this experience is significant. Players accustomed to international fixtures often bring a level of professionalism, adaptability, and game intelligence that can elevate those around them. It also provides reassurance that Segur is accustomed to pressure situations, whether it's in front of home crowds, away games, or continental competitions. These qualities are crucial for a club like Celtic, which competes on multiple fronts and where every signing must contribute immediately while also having the potential to develop further. Celtic's approach in securing Segur also highlights the increasingly sophisticated nature of their recruitment. The SA33 agency's involvement demonstrates how relationships and networks can facilitate transfers that are strategically beneficial. This isn't simply a case of identifying a player in isolation. It's about leveraging connections, understanding player suitability, and ensuring that both the club and the individual benefit. With Segur already familiar to Celtic through prior dealings with the agency, the club can move with confidence, reducing risk and improving the likelihood of integration into the first team. It's a model that combines scouting insight with practical business sense, something that's vital in the often unpredictable world of transfer windows. The timing of Segur's potential arrival also has implications for squad morale and competition. Introducing a player of his caliber into central midfield not only strengthens the position but also creates healthy competition. Players like McGregor, Paulo Bernardo, and others will be challenged to maintain performance levels which can elevate the squad as a whole. Neil will have the tools to rotate effectively, manage fatigue, and ensure that no single player is overburdened across the season. For fans, this is particularly exciting because it suggests a proactive approach to squad management rather than reactive moves that simply fill gaps. Financially, the deal appears measured and pragmatic. Estimates suggest a transfer fee in the region of 3 to 6 million euros, which aligns with Celtic's current strategy of identifying quality players outside the more expensive European markets. By focusing on leagues such as Croatia, Denmark, and Sweden, Celtic can acquire talent that is both capable and motivated, avoiding inflated prices while still securing players with the potential to make an immediate impact. The reported interest from Wolves underscores that Sigur is a player of quality, but Celtic's ability to act decisively and navigate these markets effectively could ensure they secure a player who fits both the club's budget and its sporting objectives. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Whispers in Glasgow's corridors suggest Celtic could be on the verge of a shrewd defensive coup, with Kamal Miller reportedly emerging as the manager's man of choice to tighten up the backline. Sources close to the club hint that discussions have been quietly progressing, and while nothing has been confirmed, the mere prospect of Miller donning the famous green and white hoops has set tongues wagging among fans and pundits alike. Miller, known for his composure under pressure and his knack for reading the game, is said to have impressed the Celtic hierarchy, not just with his defensive prowess, but also with his ability to link play from the back. Insiders suggest that the manager sees him as a figure capable of providing immediate stability at the heart of the defense, someone who can marshal the backline and offer a sense of assurance that has occasionally been missing. The potential arrival has stirred speculation and over the tactical shifts it might bring. Some believe Miller's style could allow Celtic to play a higher line, confident that he can sweep up behind the fullbacks, while others hint at a more conservative approach, using his aerial strength and positional intelligence to shut down opposing threats. Either way, it's clear the manager's faith in Miller is a key factor, with the player reportedly seen as a man who can slot straight into the starting 11 without a period of adjustment. Fans are already buzzing on social media, dissecting footage and debating whether Miller's presence could be the defensive reinforcement Celtic have long craved. Veteran commentators have been quick to note that the move, if it happens, could send a strong message to the rest of the squad that no player is beyond scrutiny and the club is serious about consolidating at the back. And of course, transfer rumors are notoriously fickle, and until official confirmation arrives, it's all speculation. Yet, insiders insist that Miller's link to Celtic is no ordinary whisper. The manager's reported insistence on securing him suggests a deal that might just be closer than many expect. For now, supporters can only dream of a more resilient defense and the potential calm a player of Miller's caliber could bring to the hoops. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.